I started on this path at the age of 24 with pancreatic cancer, and that was my initiation to enhance my consciousness. And I pursued the question of what is the root cause of disease. The pancreas specifically is losing the sweetness of life. So everything that's the sweetness of life. Yes. So that's why, diabetes is an issue with the pancreas and the insulin production, is because it has to do with that root cause healing of sweetness of life. So when we look at everything from a unity consciousness perspective, everything is good and everything is God. You look at it from a duality, a disempowered story, and that's okay too. Choose your own adventure. Or we can look at it as it's all God, it's all love, it's all for me. So when we get something like a dis-ease, we can look at it's a messenger to teach us the lesson, because when the student is ready, the messenger appears. And when the student's truly ready, the messenger then leaves. So if I receive the message from the messenger of pancreatic cancer, I no longer have to live in the experience of pancreatic cancer, because everything is happening for me to bring me into alignment of who I truly am and what I'm really here to do. And so at that time in my life, at 24, I was making a lot of decisions to go on a life path that was from outside of myself, what I thought others wanted me to do. So I was my solar plexus, that's the energy center that the pancreas is connected to. So rather than exercising my divine will, I was people pleasing and making those choices. That makes you start slipping on the sweetness of life, and thus the pancreatic cancer. It took years to get to that level of understanding. I went through the physical aspect of disease, into the emotional, into the mental, and then into the spiritual. And it's all connected. So we can get to the root cause of disease very quickly and turn that into ease. All disease is being at unease with an aspect of ourself, an aspect of consciousness. There is no, in unity consciousness, the world is a mirror for you to see yourself. There is no they. They are you. What are they showing you about you? And when we have the courage to sit with ourself as everything is for us, and it's all us showing us aspects of ourselves, we can shift very quickly into grace and ease and fun and play. And the goal is not just not dis-ease, coming into ease and alignment with ourself and with nature and how it was created to be. But when you do, you really start the beginning, which is where the true fun begins, which is all that we are able to do, what we're really capable of, what God designed us to really do. We activate our spiritual gifts and our purpose and our passion and our mission, and then life becomes really fun. So that's what we're doing today in this session. The inner child, in my exploration of it, is our superpower. And activating our inner child, bringing her out to play, balancing our inner child with the rest of us, we also have our adult selves, we have our elder self. Because time is not linear, all the parts of us are already there. We can access all of them at any point in time. We can ask our 80-year-old or 120-year-old self, hey, give me some wisdom now. I could use your guidance right now. We can go backwards and forwards in time because it's a spiral. And balancing our inner child with the rest of who we are is the key to our life of peace, joy, fun, freedom, decreases our stress. It's the key to staying young and vibrant and youthful, being our most magnetic and dynamic self, and creating the life of our dreams, doing what we're really here to do. That's who we all came in as. And somewhere along the way, we allowed ourselves to be disempowered so that we could learn again. And it's all part of the journey to grow. And when you realize that everything is just vibration, I like to say, don't take it personal, it's just energy. So if I can detach from the emotional attachment to it and just look at the energy, it's like a game, it's like a video game. I'm programming, okay, what energy do I want to experience then? I got to learn the great lesson. I was a career gymnast, and pain was a regular part of my life. And because I chose competition over listening to my body, I would compete with injuries and everything else. And I realized, because how we do one thing is how we do all things. So when we're having a hard time, when we're like, oh, what is this thing? Look somewhere else that it's easier to see. If we're having I look at the energy as like, okay, I'm feeling a block here, so let me look over here. And I would create painful experiences in my life to learn these lessons from. Pancreatic cancer, for instance, just like I did in gymnastics, because I had this belief, and it's not personal because it didn't start with us. Somewhere in my ancestral line, there was this belief that in order for me to grow and learn, it has to be painful. And I was like, oh, I can choose to learn from love instead. And I realized this about 2 years ago, and the experiences, because I still look for the lessons, I still get to learn, I'm still growing and you know, but I get to learn from grace and ease and fun and play. It doesn't have to be painful and scary. So when you look at all the energy, I just say, what energy do I want to create today? How do I want to experience this? It's like our life is a canvas, and there is this destiny, right? Like your life is going to paint a tree, for instance, but you get to decide what color of tree is it. Is it this barely grown, straggly, hanging on by the end of its life, withered old tree? Or is it this abundant, rainbow-colored, beautiful tree that all the animals of the forest live in and all the children play in? And that's the part we get to paint the canvas with our frequency. So I'm like, life is a game. It's a game of energy. How do you want to play it? And that's where my inner child gets to come out and play. When you get stuck, when you feel like you're stuck at something, when I'm having a block of, oh, I know I'm called to create this or do this, how do I do it? And I'm not seeing it. Oh, and I get stuck, I play. Go play. And that's where the answer always lies in. I always say also, when in doubt, play it out. When you find yourself in a habit of consuming and critiquing and not feeling alive, that's when it's time to stop everything and go outside and play. Go jump on a trampoline, go be a kid again, go do what you love doing as a kid. I just put on my rollerblades for the first time the other day in 15 years. My son got rollerblades and I was like, oh, I have rollerblades, let me just put them on. And I don't even think about these things. I put them on and I started skating. I was like, I haven't done this in 15 years. Why did I forget? I'm remembering to play. So the superpowers of the inner child is our play, it's our creativity, it's our imagination, it's where we meditate, it's where we visualize. It's the balance of the feminine. It removes lines, toss out the rules, step outside the box. It's being in the present moment. Children really have a hard time with the understanding of time outside of the present moment. I rarely tell my kids what we're doing tomorrow because then all they can think about is tomorrow. And I'm like, no, like we're right here. This is where we are. And when we live in this moment, time seems almost endless because everything is here and now. Conscious language is so beautiful when we choose what we're creating by the words we're speaking. And when you look at other languages, the Hopi don't even have past and future terms. There is no was. They didn't die. They weren't, they were. No, they are. Everything is here. Everything is now. And I think that's a beautiful teaching. And then it's also feeling it all, the power of our emotions. We have to teach children to stop feeling their emotions. How would we look if we were somatically moving our body the way kids do? And how do we get to change our world where it's not weird being in the grocery store and being like, I gotta skip over to get if I tell my kids to go grab something, they're turning, they're skipping. And
I'll skip sometimes if I'm hiking.
What if we lost our inhibition right? Because we're literally restricting our energy based on how strangers in this video game matrix, they're NPCs in our reality. We're the star of our show. We're the writer, director, producer of our movie. What are we creating? I choose to dance in the aisles of the grocery store because why not? And through all of this is what we find. This is where we find what lights us up and what we're really here to do. And if we follow that, we become magnetic for what is meant for us. We don't have to do it from this force and stress. So our inner child activation. My inner child had so much fun creating this set because I love the elements, and I have an elements box, and I love the chakras, and I have a chakras box. And adding the inner child to those pieces is another element of a frequency we get to create. And the elf realm is the realm of the element of earth. So when I pass these out, you can feel free, and I love to do the spiral on my left hand, is how I start all oils. And then I take my right hand and I spin it 3 times clockwise. That's like ask, seek, and knock, and you shall find. The number of 3, it's a trinity. And you spin it clockwise because that's actually the way our DNA is moving. So you're activating these.
It's an inward spiral?
It doesn't matter.
What does it matter?
Yeah, I just do a spiral, but you're spinning them. You can do inward, you can do outward. Maybe you're moving it inward, maybe you're moving it outward. people also ask, do you do it when you do the spiral, do you do it clockwise or counterclockwise? And I recognize that I like to not think about them. I like to just do it and then ask, why did I do it that way? And then in the meditation, I'll find the answer is, oh, you're unwinding. If you're going counterclockwise to something, I'm unwinding this thing. Or if I went inward, I'm going inward. Oh, I'm taking this outward. Oh, I'm moving this thing forward. So there's lots of different ways to play with it. And you'll probably find more than I've discovered, because that's what we're all here to do. So after I do that, I breathe it in, make a little tint over my nose, and I like to take at least 3 deep breaths, again, for that numerology of 3. And then for these, I like to put it on the body that it governs. So this is the root chakra. So I'll just, and you're energetically, and the molecules are going where they need to, but you can just put it down your legs, putting it on your ankles, rubbing it on your feet is a good place for it. And what the elf realm teaches us is the wisdom of the forest, the wisdom of nature. That if we just look at how nature moves, look at the seasons, look at how everything in nature moves, it's how we were governed to move. And we forgot because we got put on these false calendars so that we would accept the false time of the false matrix. And when we get back in alignment and the rhythm of the earth that is our home, we are in alignment, and a lot of dis-ease comes from trying to force our life into fake time and fake calendars. Starting a new year January 1st, a new year doesn't begin in the middle of winter. It begins at the new moon in the new season of spring. That is energetically the beginning of the new year. And when you take that whole winter season to do what winter is meant for, which is go within, not the time to have the most parties outward and hosting and gatherings, right? All these false things are put on the calendar to get us out of the alignment and the rhythm. The elf realm teaches us the wisdom of the forest and helps with rooting and activating our earth element. So these come with a teaching as well, and the journal prompts and activities, and they also come with a bedtime story to read to your inner child that's about an elf in the forest and the things. And then we have the realm, the mermaid, representing the realm of the water element, which is our womb space. All humans have a womb chakra, your creative center, your sacral chakra. This is also that houses the most water in our body. It's where our emotions come from. That gut feeling, that gut reaction. And emotions are simply energy in motion. Like everything else, like all dis-ease, they're just there to be a messenger and a teacher. So anything that we push away from us in quantum physics slams back into us harder. So if I don't want to feel fear and I'm pushing it away, if I don't like the anger, I'm judging myself for being angry and I'm pushing it. I don't like the shame, I'm feeling any of these. Anything that we suppress and oppress becomes disease because we're burying it versus feeling it. Anything we push away slams into us harder, becomes a harder teacher. When reality, we can look at, and I'll pass them out in a minute. I have a frequency chart over here, and I love to give those out and encourage people to hang them in their house. And I check in, not on a judgment of, I'm feeling shame right now, and I don't want to feel this is bad and this is good. No, just as an awareness. I'm feeling shame. Helps me identify what I'm feeling. Okay, shame, thanks for showing up. What are you here to teach me? Because everything was created by Creator. It's all good, it's all God, it's all for us. So I don't have to disempower my emotions. I can learn from them. And the thing that we're restricting or afraid of becomes what consumes us because we're focusing on what we don't want to feel. And where our energy, where our focus is where our energy goes. So these emotions, we become empowered by them versus overtaken by them. And they become just a small piece of the whole pie of everything we can feel versus the thing that we're not wanting to feel, and it becomes what consumes us. We're able to move through the emotional field faster and learn the lessons from them. And that's the power of the mermaid. So it's feeling our emotions, identifying them, being okay with them, loving them, and thanking them for what they're here to teach us. And that helps calm the emotional waters. The mermaid is also amazing for our voice. It's expressing how we feel, expressing our boundaries, which our dragon is here to help activate. So we have the dragon here. I'll pass that one. The dragon realm governs our inner fire, our solar plexus, So if we have digestive issues or pancreas issues or any of these things, this is an area that our body requires additional support. And the teachings from the dragon realm is protecting what is most sacred. The legends of the dragons were the campaigns would go to the dragon's caves to steal the treasure, right? They were looking for gold, and the dragons would fire them up and burn them alive, and then the dragons were the bad guys. And the people that were on the campaigns were angry when they realized that there wasn't gold, because the treasure was the dragon eggs. These were just mama dragons. And when we look at our inner child that way, when we let our divine feminine, our dark feminine, the dark mother that isn't afraid to use her fire and burn up whatever is coming after what is sacred, which is our child self, we have that inner protector that makes us feel safe to be free. I feel like I can go into the world now being all of who I am, and it doesn't matter who understands me or doesn't. I validate myself. I know my worth. I see who I am. I don't need it outside of me. And that's how I create the experiences of meeting the people who I'm here for. And that's what we all can do and get to do as we remember. And then our fairy. The fairy represents the realm of air. This is our air is our heart, it's our throat, it's our intuition, our mind. And the fairy teaches us, because we can get stuck in our heads, right? And all these thoughts, all these stories, and all these judgments. The fairy teaches us and reminds us to stop taking life so serious. It's not all that serious. It's all just a game. It's fun and play. How do you choose to play? And the fairy, when we really activate our fairy self, we give ourselves our permission to sprinkle our unique fairy dust everywhere we go. Because every person is a unique signature of the divine. Who are we to restrict and hold back what the divine created in us? Being afraid to leave our magic and our whimsy and our essence everywhere we go. Because we are, when we're in this time and space right now, our essence is there forever. Our energetic blueprint, this experience right here, is here, and it always was, and it always will be, because we did it now. And that's what happens when we go through our world and our life. And we are doing ourselves, and we're doing the world and the people in that space, and the people who will be there after, and the people who came there before, a disservice when we're holding anything back but our highest joy and excitement and blueprint for life. And then the unicorn. I like to roll this one here. When I'm working with my own, not everybody wants to put the same roller on their foreheads, but I love to roll this one in a spiral on my unicorn horn, because we all have them. It's our pineal gland. It's our intuition to see into the worlds beyond what's available here. And our imagination, our inner child lives in our imagination. That word, imagine, is I'm a genie. Imagine realizing, I'm sure at some point, if any of us have seen Aladdin, we imagined, wow, how cool it would be to have a magic lamp and a genie and get 3 wishes. And when we realize I'm the genie, and I'm not limited to 3. And that anything I imagine, I have the power to create, because we are those conscious creators made in the image of a conscious creator. And we have the power to activate our imagination fully from our most innocent, pure, sacred part of ourself. That is what is there as our inner child. And we have the power and the potential to heal. That our light is a healing light for others, that our hands and our touch, the power and presence of our voice when we're in our true alignment of ourselves, brings healing and love and hope to everybody we meet and to our world. And that's what the inner child realm teaches us.